Greetings and salutations, viewers. I'm StarPrincessHLC, and welcome back to OZMAFIA. When we last left off, we were still wandering about, trying to get more of the lay of the land, getting more used to some of the characters. We met Hansel and Gretel. They did not seem too happy with us. We were trying to connect a bit more with Axel, it seemed, but some things happened. That wolf dude Caesar showed up again, and seemingly has kidnapped Axel, and our buddies from the OZMAFIA do not seem to want to help him because he is lower on the food chain, I suppose. So, feeling kind of guilty over it, we have decided to sneak out and try to rescue him. How well will this go? I guess we're just going to find out today. Maybe. We'll see. Sneaking out of the mansion was even easier than Fuka had thought it would be. Maybe it was because it was Sunday evening, but the town was just as busy as it had been earlier in the day. If I can remember correctly, to go outside, it was right once I got off of Oz Street. She put her hand on the tower and remembered the map as she looked around. Right, this way. I finally got out of town. She made quite a few wrong turns, but she eventually found her way past the walls. She wondered if everyone lived inside the walls. Even though the town had been so crowded, the area around her was completely deserted. That's the forest Mr. Kami and Mr. Kiri mentioned. She took one of the two streets leading out of town. Once she got over a small hill, she could see a thick patch of forest. She was all alone and going to an unfamiliar place. She'd been lying if she'd said she wasn't afraid. You can do this, Fuka. She made a fist and cheered herself on. With the breeze from the hill playing with her hair, she began to make her way into the forest. Oh dear. Let's see how this is gonna go. The moonlight she'd been relying on earlier was now obstructed by the treetops. The leaves of the trees were in constant motion. Was it the work of beasts, or just the wind playing tricks on her? Fuka made her way further into the forest as her eyes acclimated to the darkness. It turned out that even though through the canopy, the faint moonlight was still enough to light the way. I can see lamplight, and I hear voices. She knew who the voices belonged to. It sounded like several men. She turned around, startled by the voice behind her. Hi. Leader, do you mean Mr. Caesar? I came to surrender myself to Mr. Caesar. I want to save Mr. Axel and... Yes. A vulgar smile appeared on the man's face as he grabbed Fuka's arm. He dragged her towards the lamplight. She was terrified and wanted to run, but the grip on her arm was so strong she couldn't get away. Yes, hi. About 10 men were sitting around the roaring fire. Instantly they stopped their drinking and merrymaking to stare at Fuka. Well, aren't you all charming? Aw, man. No. How about no? No? She probably is, because, well, who knows, she probably doesn't even remember, but still. Is Mr. Axel? She was tugged along by the arm ends they cut right in front of the bonfire. A skinned rabbit on a spit was cooking over it. The charred mass beside it had probably been a rabbit too, once upon a time. The smell of blood and burning flesh made Fuka turn away. You keep your paws off of me there, boy. A drunk man reached out and grabbed her calf as she tried to walk by. The sensation of his rough skin against her sent a chill down her spine. Please stop. Listen to tall man with blue hair, please. Well, that's your own damn fault, isn't it? Depends. She felt slightly relieved when he finally let go of her leg. course, she couldn't be completely relaxed in her current situation. All she could do was keep walking forward as the hand on her arm dragged her along. The rabbit meat cooking on the fire crackled and popped ominously. Meanwhile, just as Curie was about to step into the kitchen, a soldado stopped him. He told Curie that several reports had arrived before handing him a stack of memos. What do you mean? Curie took the papers with one hand and dismissed his subordinate with the other. He leaned against the wall and glanced over the pages. He put the pages in his pocket and then pulled a wine glass from the cabinet and poured himself some water. He wrapped the glass in a silk handkerchief to avoid getting his gloves wet. Why don't you just take your damn gloves off, dude? Nothing against him but the sound of slow, steady breathing. When he walked to the sofa, he found Carmilla sleeping soundly. Bad lion. Curie sat down on one of the sofa's armrests, taking a sip of water from his glass. And he slowly tilted the glass over just above the sleeping Carmilla's head. Oh, that's just rude. Why would he do that? That's fair. Curie tossed the handkerchief he'd wrapped around the glass, said Carmilla. The Don used it to wipe his face off before glaring back at him. Excuse me, what? What would I do without you? I don't know. This seems rather... Ow! Be nice. Oh, hi, Axel. We found you. I wanted to save you, Mr. Axel, but then they caught me. Your point? I know that, but Mr. Carmilla and Mr. Curie said they weren't going to help you. He's so completely chill considering he's tied up and beaten up a little. Please don't say that. Aren't you all close friends? It's my fault this happened to you. I just couldn't stand by and do nothing. So I came to talk to Mr. Caesar. I was going to ask him to take me and let you go. I mean, I could try. Well... Don't you baka me. Well, considering what just happened, I assumed that they would like to breed with me, but I know everything's gonna be okay. I was alone in the beginning anyway. Familia Oz has done so much for me. I just wanted to bring you home, Mr. Axel. Huh? Yeah? Oh, good. Duh. Mr. Axel. Oh, music's picking up. Does that count? We're gonna get another musical number? Oh. Okay, so what's gonna happen now? I thought they kind of were against the whole thing.
ため何も言わずに返してもらうわけにはいかないか。そいつは無理な相談だ。捕らえた獲物を逃がすほどウォールフガング。
Yeah, I was gonna say, aren't the Wolfgang like, aren't they basically like screw the rules? I have wolves kind of situation.
そうか、それなら仕方ねえな。後悔しても遅いぜ。覚悟しろよ。
What are you gonna do? Oh, okay. Interesting. So the entire group is here. Also, yeah, now I realize Hans Christian Andersen. Gotcha. So everybody gathered up on this. Interesting. Oh dear. Okay. Fair. Aren't you precious? Peter? Who? Are you Peter Pan? Are you supposed to be Peter Pan? Oh my god. Why? What? Take out the lawbreakers. Bad wolves. Ribbit, ribbit, what? Ribbit, ribbit, what? Excuse me, what? Weren't you? Oh my god, you're adorable. I want to squish your little head. Well, not so little head. But you are precious. Are you the Fog Prince? And also Romeo and Juliet. And obviously you're supposed to be Tom Thumb. Offender? What do you mean? Oh. Okay. Yay! So, I went through all that for nothing. Axel picked his jacket up off the ground and put it over Fuka. Mr. Axel? I don't know, was it the one that tried to have his way with me? Axel put his hand on her back and started guiding her across the clearing. Even with her vision obstructed, she still felt the discomfort. The smell of singed flesh, a rusty metallic smell. The footsteps were clearly more numerous than she expected from the number of men she'd seen. She could hear the sound of tearing flesh and breaking bones. How she knows what these sound like, considering she has amnesia, I'm not sure, but semantics. Pain groans, anguished wails. On the other side of the cloth was a world grayer and dimmer than she could have ever imagined from inside the town. Hi guys! Mr. Kamiya! Mr. Kiri! Yeah, well, you jackasses weren't gonna do anything. You had to wait till I got in trouble before you did something. I'm sorry. Good plan.
来てくれてありがとな。
Yes, thank you.
協定に従ったまでだ。では。
Okay, bye.
ペーターが 2,3 人やっちゃったみたいだけど、相手は犬っころの手下だし問題ないわよね。ええ、葬儀屋はこちらで手配します。
Okay, it's fine.
そう、助かる。
It's fine, Heidi. Go away.
てか助けたのは私なんだから助かるもクソもないわよね。
Okay, yes, that's fair.
帰るわよ、ペーター。
Seriously, is it supposed to be Peter Pan? Or is it Peter the Goat Boy, like in the actual, like, story of Heidi? It's hard to tell. All I know is Peter is clearly not male-ish. Just saying. Or maybe it's Peter and the Wolf? Peter Piper? There's a lot of Peters in old fairy tales.
Axel, わかっていますね。
Axel nodded and got down on his knees, his back still straight as an arrow. Mr. Axel? He showed no reaction to Fuka calling his name and instead just looked back at Kiri. Kiri kicked Axel's shoulder hard, knocking him down to the ground. Kamiya pulled the pistol from the holster at his hips and pointed it at his capo regime's chest. Mr. Kiri? But... The moonlight streaming through the trees shone on Kiri's back. Drawing his own pistol, he narrowed his ice-blue eyes and took aim at Axel's brow.
協定の規則を破り銃器を使用した。よくできました。では裁きを受けなさい。
Oh. Huh? Morning already? Warm sunlight streamed in through the windows. Outside she could hear birds chirping. It was as if the previous night had just been a dream. Mr. Axel! Oh my god, he still lives despite being shot. Excuse me, what? Game, you're gonna explain this, right? Mr. Axel! Fuka patted Axel down. He's not a ghost. He's alive. I'm so glad you're okay, Mr. Axel.
何をする？話してくれ。なんだ。いつの間に抱き合うような仲になったんだ。客人が一方的に抱きついているだけで、僕は何も。さあ、離れてくれ。
Sorry. My mind just went blank after Mr. Kiri shot Mr. Axel. But then, Mr. Kiri! I mean, you're mafia-esque. I think you do. That's fair. If you weren't trying to shoot Mr. Axel, then why? Kiri interrupted Fuka, pulling a scrap of paper from his pocket and handing it to her. Familia Grimm, cleaning the main street. Familia Anderson, buying 11 dozen matches? Okay, so he's basically now the errand boy until further notice. So he really did want to shoot him. Aw, but he likes those cookies.
それも協定の罰則ですか。
まさかこれは俺たちを心配させたことに対するファミリー
Ouch.
の罰だ。
Okay. Mr. Axel. Can I help out with cleaning?
これは僕に対する罰則だ。本来ならソルジャーの力も必要ない。
But
いらないと言っているんだ。君には耳がついていないのか。
I'm sorry.
分かってくれればいい。
I mean, it was my fault you got in trouble.
その僕も敬語は不要だ。
Huh?
ヘンゼルと言っていただろう。敬語を使うとか使わないだとか。僕はカラミヤさんやキリエと違い、ただの幹部だ。特別視
Well,
される
clearly she respects you very much. But
使わないでくれ。僕もあんたのことを撫でようが。それでお相手になる。だろう。
okay, that works. She took his outstretched hand. So I could call you Axel then.
ああ。風花君。
Aww, this is adorbs. Okay, thanks. It's a little embarrassing to hear Axel call me by my name.
キリエ、俺そろそろこの空気と腹が限界なんだが。
Are you two spying on us?
奇遇ですね。私もです。今からでも遅くありません。腹部を3発程度打って診療所送りにしましょうか。
You guys are spying on us, aren't you?
ボス、キリエ。
Yes, you are. When did you
僕
two?
とお付き合いしてくださいというところからです。
Excuse me, what?
違う違う。君は僕の太陽だ。愛してるってとこだ。
I think you're putting words in everyone's mouth.
そのようなことを一言も言っていません。
But clearly they are shipping these two hard.
失礼します。
Axel, what about breakfast?
済ませる。
お嬢さん、この短期間でよーくあいつを手なずけられたな。
Your point?
理性の強みといったところでしょうか。ねえ、次は私を魅了してみませんか。
I'm good, thanks. Mr. Curie?
はーい。悪い虫がつかないよう、カラミヤさんと楽しく食事をしような。
失礼ですね。私は虫ではない。
Okay, so I was right that Curie is the equivalent of the Scarecrow, and so that would, I guess, make Axel the Tin Woodsman. Makes sense. Huh. Well. That still limits to how many people I can interact with. Ha! Alright, well, I think I'll save and stop for here at the moment. And then I guess I'll figure out who to talk to next. I assume I could try talking to Robin Hood? I'm very questionable about talking to Man-Boy. I still don't really like that name. Again, I forgot I was going to call him MB. But yeah. Interesting. So the game seems to be personally leading us towards dating Axel, but I'm not quite sure if that's the case yet. But I kind of just want to look around and see what other people I could talk to through the course of this. But we'll touch on stuff, I guess, in another part. But for now, this is StarPrincessHLC saying thank you very much for watching, and have a fond farewell.